Roy, great to see you. How are you enjoying the co-captaincy role? Is it fun?
Yeah, I mean, it's early days. Obviously, a lot of learners from this time last year. Myself and Finn had the co-captaincy and, figured things out on the way. And now, gutted about Sione, obviously missing out, but we've got an opportunity to go again.
I would presume from the outside that Finn Russell is quite a relaxed, casual presence when it comes to captaincy. So does that mean you have to be the super intense guy?
Yeah, I've actually been asked that question.
You've got to be the nose.
No, it's not the case. I mean, you might see Finn's sort of casual demeanour on the pitch, but he puts so much work into the way we attack, into how we play the game, and leads in a lot of meetings, and we just kind of pick it up. It's not necessarily more around the attitude that we have that's different, but we'll pick up on different aspects of the game. We'll share the leadership. I think with most teams, you get leadership groups, and despite there being one captain, people will deliver on different parts of the game. So it's in some ways the same. But yes, it's been good.
I imagine you wouldn't change anything from the last year because of all that you went to achieve. But did you, when you were watching the Six Nations, miss it a little bit? It's such a special tournament.
Yeah, sure. It was really tough to watch the first game in front of my TV, especially against Ireland. The loss. It was tough, but I had other objective. I had to focus on it. I knew that it will be a difficult period for me, a very busy period, but it was worth it.
Maro, many congratulations on being named England captain. I'd like to ask you how you found out, how Steve asked you.
Yeah, so I met with Steve last Monday. We met in Harpenden, and we were talking, and it's not unusual for Steve to meet with some of the players before a campaign or the Six Nations, so I didn't really think anything of it, and I knew he was meeting a few others, so I knew it wasn't just me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I met with him, we started talking about my game, started talking about some leadership aspects. Then he asked me if I he didn't ask me, he said, I would like you to be captain. And, I was silent. I looked at him and smiled, but I didn't actually say anything. So I think he had to...
It's like a proposal. Yeah, so he's waiting for an answer.
he had to double check. I was like, do you accept?
Yeah, he wasn't on one knee, was he, at this point?
No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. Yeah, he wasn't on one knee. So that was like, yes, I did accept, and we spoke a bit more. So yeah,
it's nice. It's a great day, and of course, it's tough in one sense because your great friend Jamie George has been relieved of the captaincy, but presumably that might feel more major from the outside than it does from the inside in leadership terms. Because I would imagine that you guys would still continue to lean on one another as senior players within that side, like you do at club.
Yeah, so I've had the privilege of playing with Jamie since I was, yay high. Since I've been a part of Saracens, Jamie has been an ever-present member and a valuable member of the squad. And I personally have learnt so much from him. The way he communicates, the way he articulates himself, the way he plays, the way his feel for a squad, and all those little nuances that maybe not everyone sees. I've learned so much from him, and I can say that Jamie has been nothing but gracious. He's been nothing but honourable. We spoke probably about an hour after I think Steve met with him first and spoke to me. Then, Jamie and I spoke on the phone an hour or so after that. We saw each other the next day, and, he had a big smile on his face, congratulating me. So it just showed the measure of the man. No doubt he would have been, a little bit disappointed, but he was he showed great personality, and he showed how much he was a great man.
Your head coach Simon Easterby stepped up as Andy Farrell's gone to the Lions. Has he changed at all? Has he turned into some crazed power freak, or is he sort of roughly the same guy? It's always a gamble, isn't it, you see?
Yeah, no, he's very level-headed. We've only had one day together so far, so you never know what might happen over the coming weeks. But Sai's been around quite a while now within our environment and got a ton of respect amongst the lads. There's a ton of belief in him to do a really good job. He's obviously taken our defence over the last number of years, line-out attack before that. And yeah, he's a top quality coach and has a lot of the qualities that you look for in a head coach as well. So I think it'll be somewhat of a seamless transition.
Last year went really nicely for Italy in the Six Nations. Do you feel confident you can leave that behind, go again and repeat the effort?
Obviously we can. It's going to be tough, especially mentally, because it's a different challenge, and it's surely you're going to face some mentally some different challenges actually, because reality is teams are going to start looking at us in a different way. We're going to have some more expectation from the outside that might lead to things on the one side being hyper confidential, on the other side being too much oppressed by this pressure. So I believe first of all we need to deal with this in order to put ourselves in the best spot we can in order to prepare the games the best way. On the other side, I think it's a different tournament. It's a different year, and we're a different squad. We got more experience on the one side, and we want to get more and more every single day. So if we can put the behavior in we want to every single day, that might lead to some really good results.
You've become captain and come into the Wales team at a difficult time, right? When the team is struggling to get a win. The win will come, but for now, there's a lot of pressure surrounding you. How does that affect you as a captain, as a player? Are you able to block it all out, or did you kind of have to embrace it?
No, we got to try and block. We've got to block it all out, because we got to work hard as a group and as a squad, and we know that it's us as players and coaches working together and working hard and trying to keep on getting better and developing every week to be able to improve, and hopefully just by being confident and working on what we can work on, the results will follow. So yes, it was a difficult year last year, but maybe other teams are thinking that we might be more of the same, but obviously we know that what we can do when we work hard and work together. So hopefully that's something we can do.
How sort of vital does a good start in Dublin become psychologically as much as anything?
We want, first of all, there's pressure in everything. Like, there hasn't been a time where I've worn this red rose and I've not felt an element of pressure, or there hasn't been an element of expectation. So pressure is the arena in which we live. But talking about the first game, of course, that's a huge game, and I'm actually quite happy we've got them first, because it's a huge game that we can get stuck into straight away. And of course, we want a great start. We want a good start. We want to do well in this competition. We want to take that next step in our journey. And to do that, we have to go away to places like Ireland and get the result and win.
Do you think you are a better 15s player now because of what you learned in sevens?
Probably yes. I try to take some skills in the sevens on the field, but off the field as well, on the preparation. How can you deal with about play 2 games in the same day, play during 3 days? You have to be focused, but you have to rest. So the mental approach is different as well. And I think the last year I needed mental freshness as well, and it helped me a lot.
So again, we arrive at a Six Nations tournament, and when asked about Scotland, lots of us will say Scotland could beat anybody in this tournament, home or away. So how do you think take it to that next level where you go and win this Six Nations? Because it feels like you're a good enough team to go and do it.
I think over the last couple of years we've been pushing that, Dial almost really coming in every campaign, grafting. There's obviously no sort of triumph or victory without on the way having errors, having failures, and we've had ours, and they've been sore. Last year, tough losses. So, coming into this camp, it feels like there's been a real focus on what we need to do, like you say, to deliver in those big moments, and that's the conversations that we've been having already. And the really encouraging thing is, in the discussions with little groups, everyone's saying the same thing. We're how do we get that consistency? Well, it comes down to prep. It comes down to mental prep, physical prep, consistency of the training, so that when it comes to those big moments, we can deliver.
Think it might be your year?
I mean, that's the ambition, isn't it? I mean, we're here with 5 other captains who are captains of 5 other great teams, and they're also ambitious and got dreams to go and win it. But that's the exciting thing about it. The ambition is such an important thing, because when you are coming in every campaign and grafting and trying to push the development, for putting so much effort in for what seems like marginal gains, having an ambition and a dream that's so big, like winning the Six Nations, which is exciting and gets you like a little bit sort of that butterfly feeling. That's the sort of fuel and the motivation to come in every day, despite being broken after the game on Saturday, sore bodies and stuff. You're buzzing to go again on the Monday.
Teams like New Zealand, teams like South Africa particularly recently, have shown us that it doesn't always have to be the same guy playing 80 minutes every week. And to that end, do you think, do you think one guy has to be picked and play 79 minutes every week for the next 10 years, a bit like Johnny Sexton did? Or do you think actually we can be a bit more horses for courses these days and that can work?
Yeah, I think time will tell a little bit. We've obviously got 3 quality 10s in the environment. So you look at their age profiles, they're all pretty young, relatively new to the international scene. Obviously, Jack Crowley's been around a little bit longer, but the competition I mentioned, which you want in the squad, is going to be great and bring the best out in those 3 guys. Like you say as well, it might be a case of one player plays against a certain opposition due to his strengths and another plays another. So I think it's going to be an ongoing battle, and one I'm excited to follow.
Do you look at the fixtures and do you talk as a group and say these are the 2 or 3 games? You don't. Every game's the same.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I really think one of the ability we as a team, even individuals, have to have is to go not only day for day, but even like game per game. So to be able to focus on what you can control and what you can focus now, it's very important to understand that it's the work you put in today, it might help you to win the next day. And so if you can have that day after day, it might help you at the end of the tournament.
The game seems to be moving towards an overall style of scoring points and scoring tries, and points win matches, as opposed to defence and the kicking games win matches. There's of course a balance of all of those 3 things, but often when a side is under pressure, they can almost close down their game plan and go within themselves a little bit. Are you guys going to keep it very, very simple, or are you looking, when an opportunity comes, can we expect to see you play without fear, as it were?
Yeah, I'd say we've got to be confident in our ability, and we've got some quality players in our squad. So yeah, we've got to be confident in our ability, and if there's opportunities there to take, we've got to take them. We can't go in our shells and not take them in a way. If the opportunity's there, we've just got to back ourselves and back ourselves that we make the right decision. And if we don't, but we tried it, then at least we give it a shot. But yeah, we just got to be confident and back what we do, and just keep together as a squad.